ready? Graduates, here we go. If you are able, please stand for the national anthem sung by Charlie Rocheleau.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Before we begin, in honor of the upcoming Memorial Day, I invite you to join me in a moment of silence to honor the military service members who gave their lives in service to our country. Thank you. Good morning, graduates, family, honored guests. My name is Dr. Angelica Garcia, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the 6th Superintendent President for Santa Rosa Junior College. Welcome to the 107th graduation ceremony. Buenos días, graduados, familia y invitados. Mi nombre es la doctora Angélica García y tengo el honor de servir como la 6ª presidenta de Santa Rosa Junior College y la primera latina. As we do in every community gathering, I'd like to begin with our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we gather at Santa Rosa Junior College on the territorial, traditional land of the Pomo people in Santa Rosa and the Coast Miwok people in Petaluma, past and present, and honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded it throughout the generations. Please join me in welcoming our special guests on stage this morning, and I ask that you hold your applause until the end. Board President Ezra Shaban, Vice President Dr. Michael Valdovinos, Board Clerk Doctora Mariana Martinez, Trustee Andre Bailey, Trustee Dorothy Battenfeld, Trustee Aaron Bricker, Trustee Maggie Fishman, Student Trustee Kaya Clark, Keynote Commencement Speaker Carissa Cruz, Student Commencement Speaker Elizabeth Lissa Provost, Academic Senate President Dr. John Stover, Classified Senate President Linda Jay, Student Government Assembly President William Garcia, and members of the SRJC team, leadership team, including Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Robert Holcomb, Acting Vice President of Finance and Administrative Services, Stephanie Jarrett, Interim Vice President of Human Resources, Kate Jolly, Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Molly Senecal, and last but not least, our sign language interpreters, Heidi Brockman and Tad Cohen. Please join me in giving them a welcome. As a college community, we know that student success is never a solo journey. It is made possible through connection, care, and collaboration. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the many faculty, classified professionals, and administrators who are here this morning. Whether you taught in the classroom, guided through student services, kept our campuses running, or supported behind the scenes, you helped to make this moment possible. This time I'd like to ask for you to stand and wave from wherever you are so that the graduates and the rest of us can recognize your commitment and thank you for your time, energy, and the heart, the corazón that you have invested in our graduates. So faculty, classified professionals, administrators, please stand. Graduates, give them a round of applause. It truly is an honor to be with you today as we recognize this important milestone and launchpad to what the future brings in opportunities. Graduates, you have worked hard to get here. Many of you balance school with work, family responsibilities, community activism, intercollegiate athletics, and everything else that life asked of you. This moment reflects what persistence looks like, and you should be proud of what you've accomplished. Each of you arrived here with a story, a set of lived experiences that informed how you joined the SRJC community. And for many of you, like Benjamin Alcantar, the path was not direct. At 17, Benjamin came to this country to work, digging out apple trees and planting grapes in Sonoma County. School was not an option for him during that time. Years later, after a serious truck accident and multiple surgeries, he decided just 4 days after losing his job to enroll in English classes at SRJC. Today, Benjamin, I think I saw him somewhere around there. ¿Dónde estás, Benjamin? Benjamin, yes, graduates and will transfer to Sonoma State University to pursue a degree in criminology and criminal justice with the goal of serving as a social worker in San Quentin. As a student leader, he served as vice president of the Student Government Assembly and was instrumental in the student leadership that invited non-traditional students to see themselves as leaders. What brought him here was not luck, it was persistence, ganas, y orgullo. For his family, for his community, to make that decision to keep going. And that's true for so many of you, including among today's graduates who have relatives who worked at SRJC, like Jessica Peterson, niece of Ilda Lua, admissions and records specialist, and our very own colega, John Duran, coordinator of the Native American Center. Today, we honor that journey. Your stories remind us that education is not just about reaching a milestone, it's about transformation of self, of family, and of community. And that raises an important question as you think about what comes next. How do we strengthen and transform the communities we call home? Here in Sonoma County and beyond, we are being asked to rethink the systems that shape our daily lives, our workforce, housing, schools, and local economies. These systems are not fixed. They are built, and they can be rebuilt. And now you are part of that work that challenges the rebuilding that's needed to ensure that our community can thrive. Because transformation does not happen somewhere else. It happens when people choose to invest their time, their skills, and their voice in the places in which we live. Because you understand that your success is connected to the success of others. You made a choice to pursue higher education. You made a choice to continue when things were hard. And today you are standing at the edge of so many more choices. where you will go next, what you pursue, whether you lead, participate, stay engaged, and yes, whether you vote and take part in the civic life of our community. The privilege and the right to vote is one that we should not take lightly, and I urge you to get informed and stay informed, because who we elect into public leadership roles impacts every single one of us here today. Make the choice to vote, because not making a choice is still a choice. Your education has prepared you not just with knowledge, but with the ability to think critically and strategically, and that matters. We live in a time where information is constant and not always reliable. Your ability to ask questions, evaluate what you hear, and make informed decisions is essential. Use that. Be the driver of your own thoughts and actions. Do not let your thinking be shaped by convenience or fear. Let it be shaped by curiosity, evidence, and your values. You may hear that higher education does not matter or that a college degree is not necessary. That is not what we see, and it is simply not true. This year, the largest MESA, Math, Science, Engineering, Science Achievement Program class in SRJC history will transfer to UCs, CSUs, and other prestigious universities such as Stanford and Yale. Students are doing the work and excelling. Education expands opportunities. It gives you the ability to adapt, to move across careers, and to navigate change. And most importantly, it gives you options. And having options is one of the most important forms of stability that you can have. Do not let folks who do not know you determine what you are or are not capable of accomplishing. Nor should they keep you from making connections that are real and supportive. We see that in students like Leah Climaco Lopez, who arrived at SRJC unsure of where she fit. Like many of you, the initial sense of isolation could have made it difficult to continue. Instead, she chose to get involved and found community through programs like Puente and EOPS, building relationships with peers and mentors and pushing herself academically. As Bell Hooks wrote in her book, Beloved Community, rarely, if ever, are any of us healed in isolation. Healing is an act of communion. Today, alongside graduates who found that healing in communities such as Umoja, APAS, ESL Moves, Puente, EOPS, and many more, Mia is preparing to transfer and pursue a career in psychology. And as Puentistas know, you're a Puentista por vida. That is the impact of both choice and community. And for many of you, the next step in your journey will take you elsewhere, another city, another state, another opportunity, and that is a good thing. You should explore and grow, but wherever you go, stay connected to the learning you experienced at SRJC. Do not forget the classrooms and spaces where you learned, the people who supported you through that rigorous physics final, or that final speech and debate competition, or the final game, that final performance, or the inaugural MESA Transfer Conference. Don't forget any of it. I hope you do not forget the community, however imperfect, that helped to shape a small part of you. Because while your journey may take you elsewhere, your roots are here. Your imprint on SRJC will live on in the next group of students, athletes, performers, and leaders. And over time, there will be opportunities to give back, to contribute your skills, your leadership, and your perspective in ways that strengthen and transform the communities you are a part of. Being in community with you is one of my proudest joys as the superintendent president of this institution. I am humbled by your brilliance, your talent, and the many ways in which you have made our community stronger and more inclusive. Graduates, today is definitely not the end of your journey. It's a transition point where everything you have learned meets everything you will do next. So move forward with intention. Make your choices count. Think critically. Stay connected. And invest in the communities that invested in you. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are so very proud of you. I would now like to introduce SRJC Board President Ezra Shaban, who will share some remarks and introduce our student speaker.
Good morning, graduates, family, and SRJC community. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations to our graduates on your achievements. It took vision, skill, and dedication for you to get here. You set personal goals, worked with intentionality and grit to reach them. You've earned the pride that you feel today and which we all share with you. Everybody, let's hear it for the class of 2026. To all of our graduates' loved ones, to our world-class faculty, staff, and administrators, thank you for your care, support, and guidance. Graduates, look around at the people who are so committed and caring and showing up for you. Let's give them a big round of applause. I'd also like to thank Dr. Garcia for your unparalleled leadership of this college, making sure that we're an agent for change, that we're empowering people, that we are breaking cycles of poverty, that we are changing our community. Thank you, Dr. Garcia. Commencement brings together past, present, and future. The past being the road that brought you here. Whether straight from high school or years later, you arrived with hopes and ambitions. Maybe you followed the path that you'd set out, or maybe you discovered a new one. But you got here, and whatever challenges manifested, you overcame them. It's worthy to reflect upon all you've done and to grow from that introspection. The future. It's about how you take what you've learned here to set and accomplish your next goals, whether academic, professional, or personal. You are well equipped wherever you go from here. And then there's the present. Please take a moment to enjoy yourselves and soak in this moment. This is your day. There is no greater gift that we can give ourselves than permission to live in the moment. The JC has proven meaningful and even transformational for generations of students. The only thing more heartening to me than hearing the impact that the JC has had on our graduates is the impact that our graduates have on their families and communities across all disciplines and all range of human endeavor. I know that you'll use what you learned here at Santa Rosa Junior College to fulfill your dreams and to positively impact our world. I now have the distinct honor of introducing our student speaker, Lissa Provost. She's a second-generation graduate of Santa Rosa Junior College, an author, entrepreneur, advocate, and mother. Her first campus visit was a fourth-grade field trip to our planetarium. Lissa grew up knowing there were discoveries and opportunities to be found here at SRJC. We are thrilled that she chose us and that she's here to share her journey with you. Please join me in welcoming our inspiring student speaker, Lissa Provost.
Thank you. 29 years ago, my first attempt at a higher education was aborted by the onset of morning sickness. A generous professor left a D on my transcript that still sits there. 10 years ago, I logged onto the SRJC website to help my oldest child enroll in a class that she needed to graduate from high school. And I had a panic attack just going on the website. I hadn't realized how much educational trauma I still held. This today is the first time I'm walking across the stage in a cap and gown. In raising children and working to self-educate, I had developed an intolerance for fear. So I decided the appropriate response would be to enroll in a class myself. The college and career counselor at Santa Rosa High School let me sit in her center with Abby and supported us both as we enrolled. I was still afraid to start with anything academic, so I enrolled in water aerobics. Over the next 9 years, as I served on PTAs, occasionally homeschooled, COVID, and cultivated a business with my kids, watched each of them cross that high school graduation stage with the same lump in my throat and tears in my eyes that your parents are experiencing here today, I continued to take classes. I studied entrepreneurship and business and took classes I knew would help me in that endeavor. I had the extraordinary privilege of taking classes with each of my 4 kids, sometimes so we could compete for the highest grade in an otherwise boring general education class. I beat Ellie in English 1A and Math 155. Sometimes when their executive function made it difficult to access a harder class, sometimes just for fun. I got my commercial drone pilot's license with Maggie on this field. 3 years ago, I stumbled into the forensics, speech debate, and performance team and discovered a community with a passion for communication that became my major. Last year, I got to compete with a Star Trek-themed duo with my youngest child, Ed, as my partner. Last August, I could see the year ahead shaping up to be busier and more stressful than ever, and I knew something would have to give. The only area where I felt like I had any flexibility was with my education. I only needed 4 classes to graduate, so this would be my last year. And while I wanted to take them, I didn't see them as essential to my life. I have my own business. No one's going to ask about my credentials in a hiring interview. I thought no one would care if I had a degree but me. I was wrong. When I floated the idea of letting this go to my now adult children, they immediately and unequivocally told me no. All the love and effort I'd poured into them, they poured back into me. They picked up the slack at home and in my business to allow me to get to this moment today. And I hope they're feeling the same pride I felt at their graduations because they were essential to my success. My story might be a little unique, but it's only one of 1,000 unique stories represented here today. Because SRJC creates opportunities for people to try again, to overcome their fears, to take their time, to try it with supports this time, to do it at their own pace, to learn more so we can do better, to get another certification, to qualify for a better paying job, to get a head start on a more advanced education, to retrain, and to interact with people at all stages of life, doing all of those things so we know that whatever may go wrong, it's never the end. We can always go back, try something different, and build a different life than the one we may feel stuck in. There are infinite roads to travel. The linear high school to college to career narrative is lovely, but it doesn't work for everyone. That's why we are so fortunate to have Santa Rosa Junior College in our community. These things are unique. The more than 100-year legacy that places a high value on educational opportunities at every stage of life. The beautiful campus that began with the gift of Luther Burbank and the facilities crew that maintains it for us. How many students get to go to school in a protected park? The board that relentlessly fights for our community values of inclusivity, equitability, safety, and sustainability. The faculty that ensures every student can succeed in their classes. and the staff that welcomes every confused, fearful student with kindness and support. We have received so much here, and we will go out from here fully equipped to give the same to a world that desperately needs it. I am full of gratitude for the faces that surround us here today, and I am so full of love and hope because of us. Because of what we've already accomplished, I know we will achieve so much more. Congratulations to the class of 2026. As we launch into our next stage, good luck and Godspeed.
At this time, I would like to introduce the SRJC Concert Choir, conducted by our very own colleague, Dorita Seth. All right, let's give them a round of applause. Yeah, there you go. All right, Dorita.
A grain of wheat may be knocked to the ground and suffer through the winter's cold, only to rise right up again and bear its seed 1,000-fold. Oh, the stone that the builders rejected became the cornerstone of a whole new world. The stone that the builders rejected became the cornerstone of a whole new world. The stone that the builders rejected. The stone that the builders rejected. The stone that the builders rejected became the cornerstone of a whole new world.
Never can your journey fail. A little child
And that is what our incredibly talented students and faculty are capable of at Santa Rosa Junior College. Let's give them another round of applause, please. That was lovely. It is now my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce Carissa Cruz, our 2026 keynote commencement speaker. Carissa Cruz is the CEO of the Sonoma County Wine Growers, where she leads efforts to promote and protect Sonoma County as one of the world's premier wine regions. Carissa is a recognized leader in sustainability, regenerative agriculture, and agricultural innovation. She launched Sonoma County's Farm of the Future initiative and has expanded the region's national visibility through strategic partnerships with major brands, sports organizations, and food and wine leaders. Prior to her work with Sonoma County Wine Growers, she held leadership roles in brand strategy with General Mills, Universal Studios, and Dairy Management, Inc. Her contributions have earned honors from Food and Wine Magazine, Wine Enthusiast, CAWG, and Congressman Mike Thompson. With a Bachelor of Science in Economics and an MBA from the Wharton School, Carissa leads with vision at the intersection of sustainability, innovation, and community. Please join me in giving a warm Bear Cub welcome to Carissa Cruz.
Thank you, Dr. Garcia. It was such an honor to be here, so thank you for the invite. Now, you're all way too quiet for graduation day.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we're going to try a little something. We're going to start with the graduates. Good morning, graduates. Terrible. Good morning, graduates. Okay. Good morning, families and friends and supporters. Last but not least, good morning, faculty, administrators, all of our Santa Rosa Junior College community. All right, well, it is truly an honor to be with you here today. Santa Rosa Junior College represents something so powerful in this community. It's about opportunity, possibility, and the ability to craft and shape your own future. For me, today is especially meaningful because this institution shows up over and over again in the stories of the people I work with, learn from, and collaborate with across Sonoma County. Today, you reach a milestone.
Yes.
You're not going to get away from me. All right. I've got the microphone. But you're actually standing at the starting line of something so much more important. And what I hope you take away from me today is that as you go out into the world, you don't just focus on building a resume, but you focus on building a life. A resume tells people what you've done, but a life reflects who you are, what you value, and how you show up in the world. And you know what? A meaningful life doesn't just happen. It takes experiences, some setbacks, friendships, choices, and some occasional crazy turns that you could have never expected. So this morning, I'm going to share some of those lessons that have defined and shaped my life. The very first lesson I learned is this: persistence is actually a strategy. When I was sitting where you are today, I sent out nearly 50 resumes looking for a job. And now to fully date myself, that was back when you actually had to print your resume and put it in an envelope and mail it snail mail, okay? You couldn't just click send or load your resume. And you know what? For a while, nothing happened. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. I got responses, all rejection letters. And it would have been so easy for me to look at those letters and say, maybe I'm aiming too high. Maybe I'm not a fit. Maybe I'm not good enough. But I kept at it. And you know what? One company finally called and said yes. And it was a big one, Nike. Has anyone heard of Nike? Right? So that yes changed everything for me. And you know what? It taught me that persistence is sometimes about just staying committed long enough for something to work. And I've seen that over and over again in my career as well. In 2014 at Sonoma County Wine Growers, we made a global commitment to being the first wine region in the world that was 100% certified sustainable.
Yeah.
And you know what? No one had done it, right? We were going to be the first. There was no roadmap. In fact, there was mostly doubt. Doubt that we could make it happen. But you know what? We committed, and it took us years, working with the growers, building trust, staying focused on that long-term goal until we realized it. And do you know what? Sometimes things that you want to happen take way longer than you expect them to. And persistence isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's just a lot of hard work. It's picking yourself back up after rejection, and it's staying in something even when there's proof, or there isn't proof that it's going to work. And so as you go out there and things don't go as fast as you want them to, because they won't, stay in it. Stay engaged, stay curious, stay in the field, because you don't need everything to work. You just need to stay in it long enough for something to. The next lesson I learned is this: say yes more often. Some of the things that have most shaped my life are simply my willingness to say yes and show up. Say yes to being on the panel, say yes to teaching the class, say yes to giving the presentation, say yes to taking the conversation, say yes to the meeting. You rarely know in the moment how that idea, that interaction, that conversation, that person you met is going to shift how you perceive things, what you think about, and how it might actually change your life later in a much bigger way. Sometimes saying yes simply puts you in rooms that you would not have found otherwise. But there's a second part to saying yes. Sometimes you have to say yes when you don't know what the answer is actually going to be or the path forward. And I've seen this over and over again, especially in the partnerships we've been forming. So the very first meeting, I'm with the San Francisco Giants. Any Giants fans out there? I know, they kind of suck this year. Sorry, Giants. We're rooting for you, though. You're going to do better. In my first meeting, the San Francisco Giants had never met with a Major League Sports team, and we're trying to do a partnership. And do you know what they asked me? They said, we've never been able to figure this out. We've tried for years, but we'd like to start a wine club. Can you make it happen? I said, yes. And then I walked out of there and said, I have no idea how to do this, or even if it's possible to do this. And it would have been so easy to think about all the obstacles, and when a challenge came up, to stop and slow down. But instead, we kept saying, what's next? What will it take to solve this next step, this next problem? And after 2 years of negotiations with Major League Baseball, signing contracts, starting them, tearing them up, starting over, problem solving, we launched the first wine club in Major League Sports, the San Francisco Giants Wine Club, presented by your region, Sonoma County. Right? Huge. And it was so exciting. The same was true with Ford Motor Company. We wanted them to sponsor an event. So we get them in a meeting, a Zoom call, we're looking at them, I go, do you have any interest in sponsoring this new event we're doing? First 5 minutes, no. So it's that awkward staring at each other on the screen, you probably have been there. It would have been so easy to click, leave the meeting. But instead it said, you know what, so you don't do that, so what are you focused on? What's important to you? What are you prioritizing right now? And they were just starting to launch their electric vehicles, including a truck. Electric trucks. We got any people out here like trucks? We got a lot of farmers. I work with farmers. Okay, thank you. Thank you, my truck drivers. My husband's over there. I know he drives a truck, so I don't know why he's not screaming and yelling. But there you go. So we asked, and they asked us actually on the call. They're like, "What's going to be the role of electric vehicles in agriculture?" And once again, we said, "We don't know, but let's figure it out together." So that willingness to do something and commit without knowing how it was going to all work out has served us so well. It led to an 18-month collaboration with Ford Motor Company. It led to this vision and initiative called Farm of the Future, where we've now attracted global companies to come right here and work with our farmers in Sonoma County. And it brought the entire leadership team from Ford Motor Company, including their CEO, out to Sonoma County, where we had the global launch of the F-150 Lightning electric truck in the world, right here in your backyard. So exciting. Yeah, come on. This is way more fun for me if you applaud more. So again, sometimes growth comes by simply showing up. And sometimes growth comes by saying yes and trusting yourself to figure it out along the way. Okay, lesson 3. This one's short, sweet, and kind of fun. Do I have any athletes out there? You guys are doing pretty well this year. Great job, athletes. Can we give the athletes a hand? That takes a lot to go to school and be an athlete. Thank you. This one, lessons for you. Find your walk-up song. So I actually borrowed this one from a friend, Amy G., who has been the on-air anchor for the San Francisco Giants for years. And she said, everyone should have a walk-up song. And I so believe that. For baseball players, right, or athletes out there, what does a walk-up song do? It reminds you who you are, right? It grounds you. It gives you courage. And don't we all need that? Yes. You're gonna walk into rooms where you don't know anyone. You're gonna take interviews that scare the heck out of you. You might even get asked to give the SRJC commencement speech. For me, music is motivating. But for you, it might be something else. It might be your family, it might be a mindset, it might be some routine you have, it might be your faith, it might be your friends. Whatever it is, I challenge you to find that thing that grounds you, reminds you who you are, and gives you the confidence to walk up to the plate. All right, this next lesson's really personal. So my fourth lesson is to remember to drink the good stuff. If you're over 21. So most of my career has been defined by focusing on what's next. What's the next goal, the next challenge, the next opportunity. And for the most part, that mindset has led me to be pretty successful. But do you know what's funny about life? It has a way of reminding you that achieving something is very different than being present. So 20 years ago, I lost my brother, unexpectedly. And in 2017, I lost my home in the Tubbs fire, probably like some of the folks around this arena today. And do you know what? Those experiences changed me in ways I could never have imagined. And it really, more than anything, reminded me that life can change so quickly. And it's so important to not delay joy of enjoying your life while you're living it. A couple days before the Tubbs fire, my now husband, then boyfriend, it was Tuesday night, brought over a really expensive bottle of wine with takeout food. I wanted to save it. We're not gonna open and drink it tonight. It's a Tuesday. We're eating out of styrofoam containers. Like, this is an expensive bottle of wine. But he insisted we open it and enjoy it. Do you know what? We were so silly. We took pictures of it. We wrote on the cork. We saved it, like captured the memory. We were early dating, so you know, we did all the cheesy things. And a couple of days later, when I lost everything, I was so happy that on a random Tuesday night, we had popped the cork and enjoyed and created that memory and that moment, because it could be fleeting. That very idea, for me, launched a TEDx talk I did. We now have a weekly column called The Good Stuff. We do a weekly radio show called The Good Stuff. But for me, it's so much more personal. It's about not delaying joy. So I encourage all of you, right? Make the phone call. Or better yet, put the phone down when you're out at restaurants or having a meal, talking with your friends. Don't forget to tell someone you love them. Celebrate the small moments, take the trip, enjoy your life. So the lesson is to, even though you're building your life, don't forget to be present in it while you're building your life. So my final lesson, fifth, my lucky number's 5, so there had to be 5. My fifth and final lesson is this: stay connected. The common thread and theme through all of my life's lessons is people. It's partnerships, it's relationships, it's colleagues, it's friendships, right? It's the people that made a difference. I have a college professor from 20 years ago that still today shows up in Sonoma County and actually helped us launch a think tank to support our grape growers. I have a former boss who's still my mentor. When I showed up here in Santa Rosa, I needed an accountant. You know what? That accountant became my mentor, became my friend, and I now consider him family. And relationships take time to build, but you're gonna need them too, right? You're gonna need simply references, advice, mentors, encouragement, and people to open the door for you. And that is so important. And do you know what the best part is? You already have that right now, right here. The Santa Rosa Junior College community is an incredible resource to create these connections. So I want you actually to do this. Look around. Look at the person next to you. I'm watching you, I can see you all, okay. These are your colleagues, your peers. Stay connected to them. Grab your favorite professor on the way out today and ask if you can stay in touch. Be a person that's not afraid to ask for help. And more importantly, Be the person that's willing to show up generously for others. Some of the strongest communities, careers, friendships I've seen have been built when people are willing to lift each other up. So now we're going to do another participation part. I warned you, right? We do not get here alone, and graduates, you did not get here alone. So I want to take a moment to honor the siblings, parents, grandparents, kids, teachers, mentors, friends, colleagues, and professors that have gotten you here today and championed you, encouraged you. Let's give them the biggest round of applause of the day so far. So I still remember what it was like when I was sitting where you are today. Do you know what? I thought I had it all figured out. I was maybe a little cocky. I was going to go work for a big company. I was going to live in a big city. I was going to live in a high-rise building where I could look out on a big downtown area. I wanted to do marketing for a big brand. I wanted to leave, actually, my Midwest farming roots behind. And for a while, I did just that. I got a job in Minneapolis. I worked for General Mills. I marketed Honey Nut Cheerios. Still my favorite cereal. And you know what? It didn't fit. All those things I'd planned, they didn't fit me. And so I had to realize that sometimes life unfolds in unexpected ways. So I kept following my gut. I kept saying yes. I stayed persistent. I did a lot of hard work. And I picked myself back up when there were, setbacks and things that I couldn't control. And through all of those twists and turns, my life turned out so much better than I could have planned. I live here now in Sonoma County, a place that I'm so proud to call home. I am so proud of the work I do. It provides so much meaning for me in ways that I could have never expected. And do you remember those Midwest farming roots I was running away from? Well, then I go and fall in love with a farmer. Go figure. My younger self could have never predicted this life I'm living. And honestly, I'm so glad she didn't, because it turned out so much better than I could have ever imagined. So now it's your turn. Some of you, as I'm hearing, are going to go on to additional education. Congratulations. Some of you might go right out into the workforce, put that degree to work right away. Some of you are going to go into our trades, and you're going to be helping power and build our local community here. Some of you may be going into family businesses. Some of you are probably going to stay right here in Sonoma County. Some of you are going to go explore the world. Some of you today, just like me, know exactly what you're going to do. And others are probably saying, I have no idea, and I'm just excited I got here. And you know what? All of those are A-okay. You're in exactly the right place, because there is no right path. Because all of the twists and turns are going to take you to places you could never have expected. So, as you leave here today, from my experience, focus on building that life. And a life is going to come with people in it you love. It's going to come from supporting communities. It's going to come from taking that trip. It's going to come from showing up in moments where you're not fully ready yet. Because you know what? All of that, now that's the good stuff. That is life. It's messy, it's meaningful, it's unforgettable, and guess what? It's waiting for you. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you. Honey Nut Cheerios is a family favorite in my household. It is now my pleasure to introduce a phenomenal colleague and our academic senate president, Dr. John Stover. Woo!
All right, good morning, Santa Rosa Junior College. How's everybody doing this morning? You all look amazing. This is a beautiful morning. the things that we've heard today, I'm blown away by the way it's all coming together. So I have the honor of, first of all, recognizing all of you and recognizing all of the faculty who have served you. So can you join me in a round of applause for all of the faculty and everything they've done to get you to this spot? Absolutely. Now, I also want to highlight for you some of the things that my students have been thinking about, because for the last year and a half, I've been working with this book called Utopia for Realists by Rutger Bremen. And my students and I have been building utopias. We've been building utopian societies. And they have a lot of good ideas that I want to share with you, because we need good ideas to change the world. So one example is housing. Housing in my students' utopia will be designed for inclusivity and accessibility. It'll have ample meal and housekeeping and communal gathering opportunities that encourage interaction, belonging, and enriching cultural and physical activities. Schools will develop children's creativity and curiosity and will include holistic approaches that emphasize social inclusion, mental health, conflict resolution, critical thinking, civic responsibility, and appreciation for cultural differences. Families in our utopia will stress communal parenting and caretaking, will be neither patriarchal nor matriarchal, and children will be free to play, learn, grow, and express themselves. Peers and friendships will be supported through free community-based events, including barbecues, arts and crafts workshops, music and dance lessons, and plentiful clubhouse and playground opportunities. Care for health, both mental and physical, will be free and easier to access, and more experts will mean fewer hours worked and better services provided. Transportation needs will be met through trains for long distance needs, buses for shorter trips, and bicycles for neighborhood travels. Highways will be replaced with rail lines, bus lanes, and bike paths. In our utopia, technology is always a tool, it's never a weapon. AI is going to be restricted for online content, and people cannot design apps to be intentionally addicting. Right? Right? Yes, exactly, right? Now, robotics can be used, but only responsibly, sensibly, and centered on green-based technologies such as high-capacity power, storage cells, and solar panels. We decided that our utopia is going to be right here in California, so we're going to have the best of weather, geographic variety, and diversity of wildlife. Pigeons are banned, however, all right? No more pigeons, no more daylight savings time either, right? Yeah, we can clap for that, yeah, absolutely, right? Like, no more daylight savings, it's useless. Animals, no wild animals for pets, right? You can farm, but you can't have a cougar or a tiger for a pet, right? We all saw Tiger King during the pandemic, right? Like, that did not go well. All right, look, I could go on, but here's the point. The world my students created is not unlike the world in which we live, socially constructed by the people within it. All modern societies are socially constructed, put together by imperfect human beings like you and me, which means whatever we've done to put together the present day horrors and realities that we live, all of it can be redone and all of it can be remade. You, all of you, today's graduates, you are the people that we've been waiting for to do this. You are the people that you've been waiting for to do this. Now is the time to make the world we want it to be. Now is the time to create the realities in which we want to live. There is no better control or say or influence that we have then the people who are sitting right next to you, the people in your classrooms, the people in your families, the people that you work with, this is the reality that we live in. This is the reality that we enjoy. Now is the time to take up the mantle and make it happen. My students want one other thing. They want democracy. They want direct democracy. They want one that represents the values of one person, one vote, no super PACs, minimum qualifications to serve, term limits, no felons, no kings, right? We've done it before. We can do it again. We can do it again. Last year, I called forth Janet Jackson's best album and signatures. She turned 60 this week. She turned 60, right? And she's fierce. All right, so we're gonna listen to a little bit of Rhythm Nation for a second. You can sway, you can groove. Come on, groove with me. Come on, put your hands up. There we go. We're gonna do more of this, so get warmed up. That's you, a generation full of courage. This is you, but it's not all of you. This is what I've also learned this year, and particularly this semester. You, soon-to-be graduates, you're full of joy, you're full of wonder, you're full of curiosity and energy. You've reminded me that love is more powerful than hate, light is more inviting than darkness, joy, dance, and connection is resistance to hate, discord, and animosity. Choose love, choose joy, choose one another, live it, breathe it, cherish it, manifest it, right? Enjoy the moment. So with that in mind, if you can, in any way that you want to participate in this, you will be graded. No, I'm just kidding, right? I want you to stand up or put your hands up or wave. Everybody, I want to invite everybody to join me. I don't know what he's doing. We're going to heal the fifth grader in me that danced alone in front of the school, and we're going to dance together right now.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine, nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on.
Let's give Dr. John Stover a round of applause. Hey now. Woo. Can I give him a chance to catch his breath here? How you doing? That was amazing. That was really great. Had no idea that's what he was going to do.
Okay. I have asthma, so bear with me. Yeah, I need to start swimming again. Yeah, okay. We're all in this together. Together we'll find a way. Okay? Keep dancing. keep loving, stay connected. Graduates, please stand. Please stand. Dr. Garcia, please join me at the podium in case I pass out and you have to finish this. Okay. Dr. Garcia, I have the honor to present the candidates who, in the judgment of the faculty, have successfully met the graduation requirements for the Associate in Arts and/or the Associates in Science degrees. Give it up for the graduates.
Okay, please stay standing. Thank you, Dr. Stover. Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the state of California, as directed by the Sonoma County Junior College District Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Arts or Associate in Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Graduates, you may be seated. And now the part that everyone really has been waiting for. Reading the names of the graduates this morning are Christina Franceschi, Evaluation Specialist 2 for Admissions and Records, and Leah Quironos Aleman, World Language Department and Spanish Professor. Board President Ezra Shaban and I will be presenting the diplomas this morning. Once you have received your diploma, please return to your seat out of respect for the remaining graduates and their loved ones. Let's get this party started. Here we go.
Lauren Sophia Keller, journalism. Zoe Steiner, psychology. Dimitri Charles Watson, natural resources. Connor L. O'Brien, kinesiology. Jonathan Alexander Garcia, kinesiology.
Nanami Yoshikawa, humanities. Marin Yoshimizu, natural sciences. Clarissa Osario Maldonado, psychology. Celeste Margarita Alvarado Montufar, psychology. Oscar Cruz, business administration.
Isabella R. Barriga, communications studies. Shelby N. Whitley, psychology. Saul Omar Ulloa, computer science, game development. Eric Mijail Mejia Morales, civil engineering technology. Luis Anthony Serrano, social and behavioral science.
Hannah S. Keegan, fitness and health coach. Louis N. Hallows, paralegal studies. Antoine Veyret, digital media, 3D modeling and animation. Martin Sandoval Manjarez, business administration. Bianca Stella Casillas Briseño, business human resources.
Kimberly Nadine Briseño, social and behavioral science. Ricardo Garcia Guzman, Administration of Justice. Roberto Carlos Encino Jimenez, Computer Studies, Graphic Design. Milan Maret Bot, Social and Behavioral Science. Josh Fowler, Social Work, Human Services, and Addiction Studies.
Basti Cordero Aguilar, Social Work and Human Services, Addiction Studies. Ernesto Contreras, Art. Lisa Provost, Communication Studies. Chase Wink, Economics. Freddie Zarco Nunez, Business Administration.
Wilder Kathleen Darrecho Perez Lorraine, Political Science. Isabel Martinez, Early Childhood Education. Madison Martinez de la Torre, Psychology. David Barrera Mendez, Business Administration. Thomas P. Valentine, Business Administration.
Benjamin Anton Sorkin, History. Dustin Robert C., Social Work and Human Services, Addiction Studies. Kira Maloney, Administration of Justice. Zamera Suarez, Natural Sciences. Yosvan Kevin Rojas, Administration of Justice.
Michaela Kudafo, Natural Science. Alice Patrice Garrison, Social and Behavioral Science. Nicole Coria Ortega, Business, Real Estate. Leslie Dueñas Garcia, Natural Science. Kiana Sumolpon, Humanities.
Jennifer Emery, Natural Sciences. Mary Bon Schultz, Natural Sciences. Alicia M. Gomez, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Dua Khaled, Child Development. Isabel Pomeroy, Social and Behavioral Sciences.
Jordana Louise Baker, Political Science. Asher Lemon Frank, Political Science. Guadalupe Torres Castillo, Business Administration. Ryan Thomas Sullivan, English. Javier Hernandez Reyes, Business Administration.
Justin Lorenzo, Business Administration. Delilah Nufumivon, Sociology. Malia Nufumivon, Sociology. Genevieve Page Amazin, Studio Arts. Lanique Fisher, Business Administration.
Harrison William Cole, English. Farah Yarbrough, Pre-Allied Health. Yetsibe Guadalupe Ramirez, Humanities. Carol S. Rodriguez, Administration of Justice. Nicholas Holbert, Cybersecurity, Networking y System Administration.
Derek Mendez, Business Administration. Alexis Pentecost, Psychology. Benjamin Edward Nguyen, Sociology. Sarah Michelle Louise Giuliani, Music, Vocal. Alicia Bowerman, Pre-Allied Health.
Diana Isabel de León Valdez, Pre-Allied Health. Corinne E. Knapp, Anthropology. Cecilia Chaparro Torres, Administration of Justice. Matay A. Vargas, Child Development. Diego Jairo Lopez, Fire Technology.
Sophia V. Yoakum, Psychology. Tessa Tappy, Communication Studies. Udana Wickman, Environmental Studies. Samantha Ochoa, Administration of Justice. Ethan Paul Hewlett, English.
Ayana D. Aerosmith, English. Sadira N. Atibari, Art and History. Jacob P. Seth, Early Childhood Education. Kyla Love Seth, Humanities. Crystal de Guzman, Social and Behavioral Science.
Fernando Nunez Torres, Art. Alyssa Killian, Business Administration. Unisha Rahamahi, Psychology. Reina Estela Lopez Castro, Administration of Justice. Johanna Pulido Delgado, Medical Assisting Administration, Administrative and Clinical.
Rachel A. Slocum, Early Childhood Education. Dawn Caroline Gillespie, Dance. Andrew Benson, History. Cosette Elaine Waterman, Social and Behavioral Science. Alina Sanderson, Graphic Design.
Sarah J. Daniel, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Marcos Ritania Martinez, Economics. David Gonzalez Farias, Administration of Justice. Carter Grell, Business Administration. Myri Ritchie, Environmental Studies.
Zachary Aaron Jones, Film, Television, and Electronic Media. Kiana Coop, Culinary Arts. Jada Alice Nazarian, Culinary Arts. Lisbeth Paniagua, Culinary Arts and Restaurant Operations. Madison N. Hamilton, Culinary Arts and Restaurant Operations.
Savannah G. Conwell, Business Administration. Leslie Carrillo Villalobos, Psychology, Behavioral Sciences. Alexandria Kennedy Daniels, Psychology. Carly V. Ellis, Social Justice Studies. Zuhair Anaf Aziz, Engineering.
Omar B. Gomez Figueroa, Business Administration. Sam Emory McAllister, Psychology. Sheen Fields, Biology. Francia Nicole Salas Walters, English. Elizabeth Gray Kennedy, Psychology.
Mia Smith, Pharmacy Technician. David Phillips, Business Administration. Gabriela Guerrero, Business Administration. Itzel Ortiz Loza, Viticulture. Kayla Young, English.
Dominic Lopez Macias, Psychology. Tyler Eric Nielsen, Kinesiology. William P. O'Brien, Natural Science. Lucas Anderson, Kinesiology, Sports Medicine Preparation. Lucia Estrada, Kinesiology.
Jaden Bruner Fioria, Kinesiology, Sports Medicine Preparation. Sage Trough, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Isa C. McKinich, Roscoe, Natural Sciences. Amber Catherine Smart, Natural Sciences. Jillian Rachel Mefford, Administration of Justice.
Sergio Olvera Gonzalez, Psychology. Mary LaBelle, Natural Science. Blanca Trejo Avalos, Paralegal Studies. Yadira J. Zamudio Rodriguez, Administration of Justice. Emily America Rosillo Garcia, Business Administration.
Bria Connolly Keelty, Business Administration. Jessica K. Peterson, Pre-Allied Health. Yucalo Hezgias, Natural Sciences. Miron Fedaku Endemeskel, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Fred David Hoff, Social Work and Human Services, Addiction Studies.
Daniel K. Lionet, Social Work and Human Services, Advocacy. Sebastian Reyes Cuevas, Digital Media, 3D Modeling and Animation. Victoria N. Thomas, Social Work and Human Services, Addiction Studies. Amanda Dalton, Business Administration. Brian Leonardo de Leon, Administration of Justice.
Bea Monique Resendez Ortega Mendoza Gonzalez Moctezuma, Business Administration. Lily K. Lessard, Psychology. Travis A. Jones, Psychology. Brandon Perez, Nutrition and Dietetics. Juliana Van Gilder, Natural Sciences.
Liria Ben Septimo, Business Administration. Brianna Nilsson, Child Development. Corinne Michelle Autentico, Social and Behavioral Science. Tiffany N. Callavo Somera, Game Development. Dylan T. Forrad, Environmental Science.
Silvano Tlahuizo, Surveying Technology. Brian Medrano Lagunas, Graphic Design. Victor Rayleigh Ibarra, Commercial Music. Isabella Grace Molina, Psychology. Valeria Heredia, Viticulture.
Jackson Leslie Hargraves, Biology. Gael Roman Rodriguez Gonzaga, Business Administration. Crimson Faith Figueroa, Natural Science. Nicole Iulani Wolf, Social Work and Human Services, Addiction Studies. Chris Ross Bensley, Social Work and Human Services, Addiction Studies.
Hannah Ercolini, Social Work and Human Services, Addiction Studies. Monica Rose Kennedy, Social Work and Human Services, Advocacy. Daniel Carlson, Communication Studies. Sophia Parker Fitzsimmons, Sociology. Alfonso F. Gaitan, English.
Corinne Lucille Seghetti, Natural Science. Adrián Bustos Hernandez, Business Administration. Yolanda M. Merkling, Natural Science. Ethan Prince, Natural Science. Lindsay Mueller, Business Administration.
Tina Williams, Business Administration. Sebastian J. Vasconcelos, Psychology. Jaskaran Upal, Film Studies. Sonia Cisneros Williams, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Naila Karime Cheres Hernandez, Natural Sciences.
Brenda Ramos, Nursing. Kelsey J. Gomez Topete, Nursing. Vanessa Yaneli Hernandez Topete, Natural Science. Alonso Robles Garcia, Anthropology. Lillian R. Taylor, Psychology.
Brianna Diaz Garduño, Paralegal Studies. Gabriela Velázquez Farias, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Taylor Marin Hatton, Environmental Studies. Kaylani Tania West Mackey, Sociology. Jordan P. Hill Mackey, Psychology.
Allison Davis, Culinary Arts. Maeva Tunadu, Political Science. Lisette Cardona Jimenez, Humanity. Rebecca Smith, Automotive Technology. Tyler J. Ritzel, Automotive Technology.
Parker Collins Hoffman, Psychology. Colin Jason Lynch, Psychology. Carmen Rose Jacquard Analco, Psychology. Gabriel Perez, Business Administration. Bryce J. Novella, Business Administration.
Ava Nicole Thornton, Natural Science. Alejandra Calderón Martínez, Administration of Justice. Emily Kate Frank, Business Administration. Ava Marine Llewellyn, Business Administration. Riley Claire Ehrlicher, Psychology.
Taylor Ann Owen, Communication Studies. Roman Dubrowski, Economics. Alexandra Yates, Psychology. Amelia Marie Laird, Anthropology. Brianna Redruka, Anthropology.
Shadav Kaderi, Natural Science. Jelin E. Macal de Gonzalez, Administrative Assistant. Julissa Gonzalez Macal, Early Childhood Education. Casey Whitten, Automotive Technology. Destiny Alia Loero Trejo, Economy.
Guadalupe Almendarez Ortiz, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Andy Strathman, Natural Sciences. Gabriela Fernanda Torres Fuentes, Natural Sciences. Joshua Peña, Biology. Magali Abigail Peña, Psychology.
Taylor Ray Sidner, Biology. Paige Tauscher, Sociology. Kevin Eagleson, Psychology. Patrice Christopher Destiny, Computer Studies, Game Development. Crimson Marilei Dix, Mathematics.
Madeline Miller, Psychology. Vanessa Lopez, Humanities. Shaswat Karel, Biology. Eric Cortez, Computer Studies, Web Full Stack Developer. Nancy Andrade Sanchez, nursing.
Flor J. Hernandez Carrillo, administrative assistant. Shane A. Solomon, business administration. Sarita J. Gray, communication studies. Abigail Riley Syrup, art history. Sherry Carter, administrative assistant.
Denise Parks, agriculture, animal science. Jennifer Abigail Mojica Arue, natural sciences. Jessica Perez Aldama, sociology. Karime Ramirez Castro, psychology. Rosbelly Alejandra Davila Acituño, computer studies, graphic design.
Destiny J. Quiroz Lindower, journalism. Rico Ramirez Romero, mathematics. Andrea Andrade, early childhood education. Woo! Denise A. Corona Castro, social and behavioral science. Luna Gabriela Herrera Aparicio, early childhood education. Woo!
Viviana Calvat Hernandez, film, television, electronic media. Claudia Lisette Meres, social and behavioral sciences. Parker Diner, computer science. Devin Alexi Gramajo, biology. Marissa Molinero, engineering.
Tom Kim, business administration. Hector A. Ake, engineering. Edgar Nahar Flores, engineering. Sofia C. Omipli, natural science. Samantha Nicolette Jaime Anchiraico, natural science.
Anthony Diego Cornejo Lopez, commercial music. Josue Cruz Montes de Oca, interior design. Nalishma Carvelo, interior design. Jacqueline Dellinger Hall, interior design. Guadalupe Perez, interior design.
Yamilet Gramajo Reyes, interior design. Angela Rees, interior design. Suzanne Morby, interior design. Logan Melodia, interior design. Maggie Broman, anthropology.
Nicole Tribuco, social and behavioral sciences. Giselle Ponce Alvarenga, social and behavioral sciences. Nicole Brianna Ross, natural sciences. Victoria McCaffrey, wine studies, wine hospitality, and direct marketing. Cislali Sarai Gutierrez Rios, computer science.
Jefferson Jario Tajiboy Hernandez, Psychology. Nancy Martinez, Psychology. Andrea Webb, Social Work and Human Services, Advocacy. Kathleen Marie Nowak, Social and Behavioral Science. Laura Elizabeth Hogan, English.
Vanessa Mendez, Psychology. Ava J. Stubblefield, Psychology. Maeve Linnea Craybill, Communication Studies. Roe S. Abastado, Philosophy. Raha Abastado, Psychology. It's your turn.
Caitlin T. Rutkowski, Philosophy. Maximo Ociel Martin, Engineering. Shell Maldonado, Computer Science. Isaiah Daniel Velasquez, Social and Behavioral Science. Olivia Esparza, Natural Science.
Sofia Barajas, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Bryce Otis Millen, Natural Sciences. Joseph Beal, Cybersecurity, Network and System Security Administration. Dejan Zere, Business Administration. Kevin Liu, Business Administration.
Riva Prayapati Timalsina, Natural Science. Pasan D. Sherpa, Natural Science. Sherin Yuti, Social and Behavioral Science. Tatiana Morrow, Social and Behavioral Science. Esperanza Rosas, Business, Human Resources.
Carlos Del Palacio, Sociology. Yahira Hernandez, Natural Sciences. Benjamin Alcantar Hernandez, Social Justice Studies. Tay Butler, Social Justice Studies. Aaron Guillen Reyes, Sociology.
Alexis Donahue, Philosophy. Mailet Hernandez Velasquez, Administration of Justice. Philip M. Henry, Fire Technology. Marley Guerrero Sanchez, Social and Behavioral Science. Sarah Elaine Rosario Suerte, Natural Science.
Jacob the Kid Porteous, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Angel Artiga Reyes, Communication Studies. Logan Reese Hager, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Kaylon Baker, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Daniela Ruby Sanchez, Kinesiology, Sports Medicine Preparation.
Christopher Mario Campbell, Social and Behavioral Science. Kiana Miller, Floral Design. Linus Bermenden, Art. Ryan Tanoatau Gratil, Natural Science. Amanda R. Espinosa, Social and Behavioral Science.
Johnny Buyad, Natural Sciences. Cesar Alvarez Ruiz, Automotive Technology. Valeria D. Capo, Communication Studies. Natasha Mia Dedman, Communication Studies. Meredith May Cornwall, Sociology.
Garrett Woody, Natural Science. Sebastian Christopher King Guile, History. Enrique Jimenez, Business Administration. Benjamin Sherman Binder, Natural Science. Teralyn Pomerinki, Administrative Assistance.
Jacqueline Buenrostro Castellanos, Natural Sciences. Monica Yasmin Castillo Castellanos, Natural Sciences. Marina Luz Stiles, Political Science. Elena Anabel Salgado, Psychology. Gia Khan Trio, Computer Science.
Hannah Lorraine Hobo, Theater Arts. Maxine Swilliger, Physics. Jackie Avalos, Natural Science. Jaidi Lopez Avalos, Psychology. Valerie Andrea Castro, Social and Behavioral Science.
Camila Rubio, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Maria Alejandra Cardoza Mercia, Interior Design. Mauricio Jojoa, Art. Laura Marcela Garcia Lopez, Business Administration. Dinan Shren, Business Administration.
Atticus Will Hines, Administration of Justice. Ashton F. Segezi, Psychology. Engine A. Osborne, Social Work and Human Services, Advocacy. Aliyah Patterson Berg, Social Work and Human Services. And Alexi Consolacion, Humanities.
Brigitte V. Islas, Psychology. Manuel Alejandro Lefort, Administration of Justice. Giovanna Marcela Skinfield Valdez, Psychology. Jesse Spence, Humanities. La Riva Miles, Commercial Music.
Alexa Karina Aguila Gutierrez, Film, Television, and Electronic Media. Leili Gurbanova, Humanities. Janet Contreras, Natural Science. Yasmin Cholula Nieto, Natural Science. Stephanie L. Smith, Social and Behavioral Science.
Makari Russell, Pre-Allied Health. Giannina Mancarini, Computer Studies, Graphic Design. Mia Ileana Masters, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Alina R. Rojo, Psychology. Rodrigo Reyes, Natural Sciences.
Francisco Núñez, Computer Studies, Web Full Stack Developer. Antoinette Tamok, Anthropology. Yona Fon Rose, Natural Resources. John J.D. Horberg, Social and Behavioral Science. Mariah Dorothy Lawson, History.
Nevea Nisa Pouye, Studio Arts. Sherlyn Susui Rodas, Engineering. Michelle Louise Simons, Physics. Nathan Shadburn, Computer Science. Brian Santiago Lopez, Engineering.
Esperanza Aurelia Marquez, Engineering. Mario Alfonso Arias, Sociology. Kevin Flores, Sociology. Tyler Caimano Monaco, Culinary Arts, Restaurant Operations. Betsy Jimenez, Administration of Justice.
Suleiman Zaidie, Biology. Renny Aguilar Salgado, Business Administration. Nahom C. Mayasho Gebramariam, Business Administration. Mia Didi Alonso, Pharmacy Technician. Filiberto Torres Tapia, History.
Travis Worthy Templeman, Anthropology. Graham Safford, Engineering. Jose Martinez de Leon, Mathematics. Tristan Lacefield, Natural Science. Brooklyn Einstein, Social and Behavioral Science.
Jaden Cagney, Biology. Benjamin Lash, Natural Sciences. Sam Sulaby, Physics. Maz Moore, Studio Arts. Morgan A. Jackson, Social Justice Studies.
Christy N. Moran Brambilla, Business Administration, Accounting. Adrian Soto Chavez, Administration of Justice. Edgar Porras, Social and Behavioral Science. Giovanni Ruiz Barreto, Administration of Justice. Johan Godinez, Business Administration.
Alessandro Varela Ramirez, Psychology. Vincent Jackson, Economics. Auden Forgas, Economics. Joaquin Quispe, Film, Television, and Electronic Media. Cynthia Camacho Flores, Film, Television, Electronic Media.
Tiffany Doreen Blakesley, Pre-Allied Health. Leah Vanderree, Pre-Allied Health. Monica Lopez Ortiz, Business Administration. Arlene Jimenez. Pre-Allied Health. Jonathan Antunes Valle, Psychology.
Fatoumata Traore, Natural Sciences. Miriam Elvira Elkoué, Economics. Ahmed Kosonu, Business Administration. Daniel Mohammed Jr. Akwe, Business Administration. Haven Rose Knopper, Culinary Arts Restaurant Operations.
Chandler Marie Casadi, History. Kenny Lamb, Natural Science. Edrey Edu Diaz Jimenez, Kinesiology. Lucas Reed, Construction Management Fundamentals. Fernando Manuel Aguilar, Natural Science.
Sovandali Aliza Ong, Business Administration. Citlali Bautista, Natural Sciences. Lisbeth Tellez Ferreira, Business Administration. Jessica Martinez Reyes, Business Administration. Anaí D. Mandahuano, Business Administration.
Linda Kibet, Natural Science. Elizabeth McCarley, Sociology. Litzy Guadalupe Ariza Yepes, Humanities. Hugo Gael Méndez Calderas, Commercial Music. Micah Leach, Chemistry.
Carol E. Estrella, Natural Sciences. Victoria Greta Canela, Biology. Naomi M. Perez Garcia, Chemistry. Andrew Hoffman, Biology. Parker Vincenzo Stagnoli, Biology.
Brian Eligio Mendoza, Computer Studies, Cybersecurity. Fatih Singh Badesha, Natural Science. Sarisha Balakuraman, engineering. Joseph Hardin, engineering. Genesis Sarai Montes Garcia, sociology.
Katia Ramos Ramirez, social and behavioral sciences. Michaela Frazee, social and behavioral sciences. Roan Ratliff, art. Diana Zarco Morena, pre-allied health. Jessica Lopez, social and behavioral sciences.
Lorna Oak, business administration. Isis Hernandez Torres, social and behavioral science. Stephanie Ricardo, early childhood education. Esmeralda Alvarez Cruz, early childhood education. Janet Salazar Onofre, administration of justice.
Maria Susana Torres Hines, natural sciences. Mary A. Allen, natural sciences. Adelaine Altamirano Castro, pharmacy technician. Angela Castillo, child development. Cole M. Kristen, psychology.
Joel M. Johnson, film studies. Zachary James March, computer science. Jenny March, social and behavioral science. Evelyn Sayani Calderon, pre-allied health. Lupita Guadalupe Manso, business administration.
Stephanie Alvarez, pre-allied health. Naomi Aurora Colis Hernandez, psychology. Yoslin Hermosillo Guzman, business administration. Ashley Violeta Martinez, psychology. Jose Angel Contreras, hospitality management.
Alexander Pacheco Piña, film, television, and electronic media. Taylor Gandhi, kinesiology, sports medicine preparation. Mia Cara, kinesiology. Natalie Ortiz, natural science. Jocelyn Rojas Garfias, psychology.
Alessandra Rossetti, administration of justice. Yamilet Ayala Guzman, natural sciences. Genesis Boteo Zamudio, psychology. Misael Reyes, dental hygiene. Tracy Stefani Gonzalez Magana, dental hygiene.
Adeline Lopez Anguiano, dental hygiene. Joanna Carolina Mazariegos Garcia, dental hygiene. Talita Bueno Gisouza Hamsi, Natural Science. Stephanie Cariño, Art. Jacqueline Rodriguez Pacheco, Administration of Justice.
Abigail Ruiz Hernandez, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Farah Imac, Natural Sciences. Vinicius Pereira, Business Administration. Daniel Hanna, Psychology. Elliot J. Voss, Art.
Diana Amaya Rosado, Pre-Allied Health. Isabel A. Barajas, Pre-Allied Health. Kelly Garcia Vargas, English. Jason Shion, Business Administration. Kyla Ross Gergets, Social and Behavioral Science.
Okay. Diana Alicia Alvarado, Business Administration. Anai Gonzalez, Business Administration. Michelle Cruz Garcia, Natural Sciences. Alicia Alessandra Altizan, Natural Sciences. Marlon Cerda Tovar, Natural Sciences.
Brendan Day, Psychology. Stephanie D. Diaz Barajas, Welding Technology. Stefania Arroyo Sierra, Pharmacy Technician. Emily Anaí Lomelí Martín, Business, Real Estate. Damien Kan Ming Fan, Commercial Music.
KD McComb, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Thiva Gru Jepsen, Anthropology. Stefan Elias Venueza Bohigas, Biology. Jose Soto Silva, Wine Studies, Enology. Joanna D. Arvalo Espitia, Psychology.
Isabela Peña, Psychology. Iris Bosch, Psychology. Nayara Iris Vieira, Interior Design. Diana Jasmine Herrera Sanchez, Interior Design. Mary A. Malpartida, Business Administration.
Barbara Solis Quintana, Public Health Science. Ana C. Benitez Victoriano, Psychology. Ariana F. Covarrubias, Agricultural Plant Science. Alonso Varela, Natural Sciences. Marian B. Reyes, Natural Sciences.
Cassandra Estefanía Suárez Asensio, Communication Studies. Dominó Lalo Mastrolia, Commercial Science, Commercial Music. Lisette Martinez Contreras, Natural Science. Kaden Drinkhall, Business Administration. Mario Castillo Guido, Psychology.
Aspaí Guerrero Quintero, Sociology. Franklin Mazariegos Rodas, Natural Sciences. Dominic Salgado, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Dolores Ortiz Hernandez, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Ivan Patino, Administration of Justice.
Celeste Moreno Espinosa, Sociology. Juliana Getsemani Galicia Molina, Psychology. Elodie McRae, Natural Science. Armando Galarza Zavala, Business Administration. Evelyn Gomez, Natural Science.
Dala Rami Suda, Natural Sciences. Fernando Correal, Fire Technology. Katina Chantafang, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Alondra Acosta, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Alanson Nunez, Early Childhood Education.
Jacqueline Elizabeth McGee, Pre-Allied Health. Graham Patrick Bog, Business Administration. Sofia Bella Postel, Business Administration. Abigail Adam Ostrom Jason, Social and Behavioral Science. Arlene Prado, Paralegal Studies.
Emily Barajas, Psychology. Kylie E. Bauman, Psychology. Mia Avila, Natural Sciences. Emma Reese Bushby, Early Childhood Education. Brooke Seidel Myrie, Business Administration.
Teresita de Jesus Barbosa Valenzuela, Natural Science. Lauren Savannah Henson, Business, Real Estate. Soliana Gurja, Natural Science. Rahul Gurja, Computer Studies, Full Stack Developer. Adela Sarai Contreras Lerma, Public Health Science.
Shanti Q. Restick, Business Human Resource Administration. Guadalupe Jenny Lee Ortega Drig, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Dani Mondragon, Psychology. Monica Lizeth Lopez, Business Administration.
Wave up there, look. We got technology in the air. What's up? Woo! All right. Well, I think that out of everyone here, I had the chance to have the most fun, to hang out with everyone. Would the graduates please stand? All right. Graduates, it is traditional to change the tassel on your mortarboard from the right side to the left side, thus formally signifying graduation. Okay, you ready? You may do so now. It is my honor to present the class of 2026. Yes, let them hear you. Let them hear you. I would like to now request that the audience members please clear the walkways and remain in place for the stage party to lead the faculty and graduates in the traditional recession. Thank you all for joining our 107th commencement here at Santa Rosa Junior College. We are this community's college. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the esteemed faculty, classified professionals, and administrators, we wish the graduates much future success. We thank your family and your friends for your support. And now you get to go off and celebrate. All right.